me. And we are live now. I'll just send up the link.
Yes, yes.
I remember, guys, we're using aliases, no real names. Is it?
Oh, read that.
Hmm? No
No,
real names. No real names. Okay.
no one just never hear what you say. I genuinely just didn't hear what you say.
Oh, you generally just didn't hear what I said. Okay. Cool.
So repeat it. What's happening here?
I'm saying no real names, my G.
Oh, that was like bro. Ah, there just what 4 of us today.
Just four of us. Just four of us.
Hmm.
Okay.
Jiggy. Just name out everybody then. So I'll go on.
All right, guys. Welcome back to the Jano podcast. This episode we're gonna talk about image and how important it is. I'm your host Mikey. We're joined today by Tin. Is and big up yourself. A very new entry, we have Nipples, a regular, and brother, every week you come back with some weird ass.
No. I'm a new person. Don't come with that. Don't bother with that. I'm a new person.
We're joined by Harry D. Cox. Okay, I'm not saying that again.
Yo, this nigga hella gay, bro. Yo.
I'll start off with Tin, the new member. Tin, what do we think is image or self image in general?
I mean, it depends on the context, but for the most part, it's just how I feel like, either view you, well, both, but how you view yourself and how you tend to come off to other people. Um, yeah.
All right. Nipples. Channel nipples it there.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, basically what Teen said, image, like how you perceive yourself, how you perceive others. You can define your image using clothes, makeup, you can kind of alter your image. So I think image is changeable, it's not permanent, stuff like that. Those are kind of my thoughts on image.
All right, Mr. Harry.
Well, you see, I don't really know the meaning of words and all of these things and so forth, because like I can't really read and write and all those things and so. But you do not try, you know. But image man is just a hell of a thing, man. I really follow on vibes, is whatever vibe you put forward, that's the image or so forth, man. You know, a little cocaine in the morning, a little cocaine in the evening. That's all it is, bro.
All right, guys. We don't promote the use of drugs unless it's marijuana. But anyways, um, for me,
But no, remember, you know, we actually take up issue with that. What you just said, cause
what
like,
do you mean?
no, you talk about like the marijuana or something. Like, meds this right. The point of marijuana is to do what, right? You just answer that.
It's a stimulant.
No, but why people smoke it and so we'll never get high? Isn't that the point of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's like we know that other things out there can get it even more high, right?
Bro, I don't think you can really compare marijuana with cocaine.
How? Why not?
Bro, cocaine can mess you up.
Weed mess up enough, man.
Bro,
Yeah, but
because,
I feel like
well,
weed is different because people have 100 different reasons for smoking weed.
You know,
Yeah, and
cocaine
usually
is
when
in a lot of
somebody,
medicine. You know, cocaine is in medicine.
And people have
yeah,
100 different reasons for taking drugs. Well, let me not say drugs, medicine.
I feel a lot of people just smoke weed now just to look cool. Like you tying it back to self-image, if an image we are talking about. Other people like, bro, it's a drug at the end of the day,
I don't
is
know.
it
I
not?
feel like it's the people people you surround yourself with, maybe, because as someone who indulges in marijuana, and so far what I've seen is people just using it as a coping mechanism, not necessarily as just to look good. Like literally, them broke or them feel sad or whatever, and them just
Oh,
draw for the
oh,
weed. Yeah,
oh. So basically, you're saying instead of dealing with the issue at hand, them use the weed as
Yeah.
escapism.
definitely. Um,
Yeah.
Oh,
as
so that means
personal
so you're
feelings more
down
than
and low,
anything.
right? So you're down and low, right? So why
Actually, you're
not
down and
just
high.
you're down and no, you know you're down and low, so you take the weed just for escape so you can get high, right? But
Exactly,
if you take
exactly.
cocaine though, that's a carry to a whole different level. Like the only reason why we view cocaine as bad is just the stigma which is
I
surrounded
don't
it.
Oh
necessarily think it's
my
a
God,
stigma
why
thing,
are you
only the
like?
effects of
Are
Yo,
you
cocaine
selling
compared to
cocaine or
weed.
What do
something?
you
Is you
bro,
mean?
trying to
I
like
think
sell us
I think
cocaine right
hold on.
now?
I think coke is more addictive than marijuana.
You
It's
can
so
smoke weed.
Obviously,
What?
weed, but
really.
previous no, you know, caffeine is a drug as well. Caffeine is in
Yeah.
coffee and so, but previous no, but marijuana is more addictive than caffeine, right?
But let me
So,
answer your question. Let
so
me
the
answer your
point where
question.
we are arguing, but wait, what are we arguing? What is more addictive, or
Really, we were
or
arguing about
Which is
what is
image.
gonna
worse?
get the job done? No, no, previous no, but
No,
what is gonna get the job done faster?
but there
If
are
the
other
point is to
alternatives.
escape,
You don't
you
have
know
to
how much
go
things you can do
to
with cocaine?
extreme. Like
That's
niggas,
fact.
I heard that
I
niggas is
mean,
cutting themselves and putting the cocaine in the open wounds. My nigga, if you have to
ew.
do some crazy shit like that to get high, is it really worth
No,
it?
you
But the
can
thing
sniff
is,
it, you can
like,
smoke it, you
bro,
can
what?
put it in your ass. There's so
Is
much
he
things you
selling?
can do with
Is he
Ah,
it.
selling
hello?
cannabis to
Yo,
us?
yo.
Is
No,
no,
it's facts,
hold
bro. I'm
on.
not even
No, hold
joking. I'm
on.
not even joking. There's a thing.
He's like
Niggas do
fully
that.
like a cocaine advocate.
The
Uh,
problem is the effects of cocaine. I'm not trying to escape life. If I wanted to kill myself, I would have killed myself. I'm trying to escape for like 10 minutes. Why would
Yeah,
I
Cocaine,
be
for
but
real.
trying to
pre
escape
this.
with my
So
life?
wait.
Wait, we're
So,
not
so
talking
you're
about
saying
image.
that you believe that cocaine is gonna keep you high forever? You're gonna be
Not
high just for a
obviously
couple.
forever, but coke. I'm pretty sure the long term effects of one use of coke compared to like smoking a spliff once, they're not the same, bro.
You see, my whole thing is, yo, I have seen weed mess up people, right? So I'm not saying. Uh, so basically, okay, what we agree on that once we do marijuana in moderation, it's fine, right?
Yes.
So when we
Actually, I
do
have my
coke
own thoughts
in
about that.
moderation, why we can't find two?
Can I just actually have my own thoughts about that? But this is just a weed podcast. Like, so
Right.
I think obviously you
No,
should
no, no, no.
know.
But previous nobody tie all back to self-image because we
Hmm.
view the self-image which surrounds cocaine is
And
negative.
because, but that's not a question of self-image. That's a question of facts and proven statistics. Like, have you seen the effects of coke compared
Pretty.
to marijuana?
Nigga, are you on? Hold on, pause. You
No, no. It's like we went
Oh, so
from
But
watch this now.
self-image
Watch
all
this
the way
now.
to
moderation
You
the
call
would
me
be
a
a
cocaine.
coke.
moderation.
So wait, so you're gonna call me a cokehead now? That's what you're gonna call me? You see that? Image, self-image. Tying it
Oh
all
my
back to
god.
it's
that.
not
It's
self-image,
how
it's a
I
Okay,
stigma.
view my.
Mikey, bring us back.
Back to the whole self-image thing.
As
The
long as
whole
we're on the
drugs,
same
the
page,
whole drugs
cocaine is okay.
conversation. All right, Mr. Harry. The whole drugs conversation we can have on the next episode, but a self-image we'll talk about. Um, for me personally, the whole self-image thing, I am not all for it. I'm not like
Mm.
it's not something important to me because I don't really care what society thinks. You see me?
Oh, that means you're
But
living
my
on cave.
perception,
Okay, alright,
anyways, but
cool.
my perception of my self-image is important to me in terms of confidence, etc., self-esteem. You see me?
Mm.
Not what society thinks.
But I have a
So
question.
all right, shoot.
Don't you think how society views you does not naturally just
Mm.
kind of affect you regardless whether or not you necessarily want to care? Because for the most part, obviously nobody really cares, but society's input kind of influences us when we don't notice.
All right, you see
She's
now,
asking the real questions.
it's true. Subconsciously, we do things out of our perception of what society may view us as. For example, in our society, people might view people that smoke weed as like, lazy and unproductive, but you can do all sorts of drugs and still be productive,
Definitely.
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
So as long as you don't
But it just
really
depends on the
care that
individual.
much, yeah, it depends on the individual as well.
No,
If
but
you don't
man,
care that much, then it's not going to
On the
affect you.
severity of their issue. Because
no,
some
but like at
people
the end of
just
the day,
genuinely. Go ahead,
So you were
Mr.
saying, Harry?
Cox.
no, I'm just listening to it. I'm just listening to it. I'm sorry. Okay, be quiet. I'm sorry. I'm hearing what I'm saying.
As you're saying, nipples, you're saying something.
Oh yeah, I think I finished my thought. So
You mentioned that. Okay, okay.
All right, let me chime in then. Like, I think it's very like dumb or so when people say they don't care about what people think about them and so forth and so forth. Because like, you see, if you reach a point in which you're saying that you don't care what people think about you or say about you, you do care. That's why you're saying it. And so, and like, it's pre. Uh, meds this, Mikey. You love the bitches. Am I right? Am I right? You love the bitches, right?
I'm pretty sure I'm straight. So yes.
No, that's not what I asked you, bro. You love the bitches, right? Just say you love the bitches if you love the bitches, bro.
I love women.
do you
Yes,
have to
yes, I
call
love
them
women.
bitches though? But
Don't start
anyways,
It's so
What?
now.
degrading. It's so
What do you
it's so
mean? What do you mean?
derogatory.
Let
Anyways,
me
Don't
ask you a
start
question.
me.
Let me ask you a question. So you don't call niggas niggas?
Niggas isn't derogatory among black
Oh, you
people the same way bitches
mean?
is derogatory. First of all,
Oh, you
don't start me
mean?
on this
That's
podcast.
derogative.
Man.
That is derogatory towards
I'm not
me.
in a
But
teen.
we don't
It's
care,
crazy to me how
man.
they have the
No,
power
no,
to say their
no.
offended
Exactly. So pre this now,
things, and
you
then
know that
when
when I say bitches, I'm saying it from a place of love.
men
I'm
are
saying bitches
no,
from a
me
I'm
place
not
of
not
know
love.
that. Me
nah,
not know
first
that.
of all.
I'm saying bitches from a place of love. Mikey love the
Alright,
bitches.
alright.
Mikey agree with me, right? So boom bam. You there at one party and you see a bitch cross this, alright? And she look well good and so forth.
I
That's
really
self
know that
image
it's
right
bitch thing.
there.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to. If
Self im bro, you're using the word self wrong for the most part.
What do you mean? I'm not using it wrong.
Because if you see sis across the road, how is that what that have to do with your self image?
I'm talking about people's self image. All
all
of
right,
our
finish
self
your
image
thought first.
collectively, all of our self image collectively affects all of us. You got a
Mm.
person's self image affects your self image as well. So when a person said they don't care about the other, care about their self image or so forth or so, it's kind of is a very reductive statement you're making because everything affects everything. That's the point which I'm trying to make. Because you will see, because like, bam, when a person say, I don't care about my self image, that's not true because you are presenting yourself in a certain way so a person can make an assumption about you. Whether that assumption is bad or good is clearly um up to you or so forth. Definitely you can factor in racism and a lot of other stuff and so forth, but the point is we all present ourselves in a certain way. That's what I'm trying to convey.
I agree, but I
I don't.
disagree.
How?
Yeah,
Why would you
same.
disagree?
Because I
Why
Because
would
agree
you
because I
disagree?
can understand that point, but like I disagree because I can't relate to that.
So you mean you can't relate to it? How?
Like personally,
How?
like I remember since I was younger, like I always used to dress like a tomboy and I always would wear baggy clothes and stuff like that. And I never really till men started to say to me, Ken started to crave relationships and so on. So I
you
decided,
adjust
okay,
me.
let
Our
me
nipples
change
are
it.
break up.
But
Yeah,
up
we not
until
here.
then, I didn't really care. I was kind of just vibing.
Yeah,
Oh,
No, no, no.
nipples. You have to repeat
all right.
that
You were
is
gonna
Yeah,
say
we never.
something, Tin?
because
Hold on, let me fix
um
my
I
Wi-Fi. Tin, you had a point.
I was gonna say I get what Harry's saying because I mean, some people when they say, "Oh, I don't care what people think about me," a lot of times they're just saying that so like they seem a lot more confident than they are. But I mean, a lot of yeah, people present themselves for them. It's like if Mikey want to wear a batty rider every day and he
Whoa,
says he
whoa,
doesn't care.
whoa,
Just an
whoa,
example I
whoa,
had
whoa,
to, but
whoa.
if him
Why?
like if him do that and him say oh him don't care, I mean obviously there's stuff people are gonna do things that are gonna affect him, but him just want to wear the batty rider because him like batty rider.
Ah,
Like
free. All right, free. All right.
like
Let's. All right, good. We're making an argument that Mikey is wearing a Batty Rider, right?
All right, one can say
So
all right.
like, bro, Mikey, stop being homophobic, my G. Like, what's the issue here? The point I'm trying to say, he's wearing a Batty Rider, right? Let's ask, why is he wearing a Batty Rider? Is he just wearing
because
it?
the nigga likes his legs and he wanna show his legs and he want his dick print to print.
Ah,
Yeah,
exactly. So that means I'm gonna wear a short, or he might gonna wear a cargo shorts or something. Why did he jump to a Batty Rider,
Because he wants
right?
his dick
because
print
he
to print
likes
on.
that.
All right.
He likes
Could it be
the way it
argued that
cinches.
oh, okay? Could it be Jesus? Is it safe to assume that he might be a homosexual? Could it safe to assume that he
Definitely.
might be signaling? Could it safe to assume that he's signaling to other homosexuals and so forth?
I mean, he
So
could
he
just like how straight
Could
men
be,
sag their
yeah.
pants. You could assume that you're telling
Exactly.
about man. Here is my ass, but it could just be because you're following crowd. It's the same argument.
Definitely, that's what I'm trying to say. Like the thing that when I don't think that we should go around and talking about I don't care about what people say and so forth. And at the end of the day, I think we all care to some extent. I think the whole issue when it comes to caring about what people think about you is like is I think it becomes a problem when like it crosses over the threshold into like toxicity or so forth. Like a person, some people just can't make a move without thinking about what people are gonna say or so forth. But definitely, bro, like you going
I
into the corporate world and
mean,
working and so forth, that definitely
yeah,
you presenting yourself in a certain way to
true.
match a certain criteria. So image
No,
definitely
no, no,
is
no.
affect.
But I think the bigger point that you're trying to talk about is people shouldn't say they don't care about what others think, but a lot of times it's up to the impact that that image that they portray would have. Because for me personally, I would say it all the time, I don't care what anybody says, especially because or if there's somebody that has nothing to do with my life. If you're not my man, my employer, my mother, I don't care, you can go to hell. This is the same thing that you're saying in the workplace.
Like,
You would want to present a certain image or not show a certain image
No,
because the impact is
meds
but
no,
I
that's not what I'm
here's
saying.
the thing. I
No,
think
but no, like
facades and
what is a
images
self image?
presenting an image
Like
is
every day when you
important.
get up, right? Every day when you get up
Like,
and you put on a certain
can I
clothes and
hear
so
me?
forth, that is the self image that you're presenting.
Your
yeah, we're
Nichols,
hearing
you're
your
saying
nipples.
something?
Go off this, go off.
Yeah, sorry about that. I think it's just delayed. But I was saying, yeah, I kind of agree with Mr. Cox because I see where images are important in terms of, like, especially the example I used about being in a corporate field. I mean, that's your job. You have to present a certain image because that helps you with your job. Menaga, like if you're a real estate agent, nobody not gonna buy the house from you if you look raggedy, if you come with like smell your breath stink. Like me not buying no house from no stinky breath smelly. I mean I don't want nobody else, but sorry, me not do it. So certain things like that, it comes into play, especially if it's your job. And I think comes into play when you're searching for a partner as well. Um like for the people of the homosexual background, yeah, then people I think they use like attire, not just for other people but for themselves. Like what you gonna say about trans people? Are you gonna say their dysphoria is just them trying to please people? No, them just genuinely hate them body and they want to look
No,
like
I'm
how
not.
them feel.
No. I'm not even saying that they hate their body, because some trans people don't hate their body. They just want to present it in a different way and so forth. They don't, because like, so a lot of trans people now necessarily get a sex, it's like a sex change. They're gonna still keep their penis or their vagina and so forth. But the point I'm trying to make is, yo, a trans person saying that they're gonna present themselves like a man saying I present himself to a female, right? There's obviously a subgroup which that person is presenting themselves to. The person, you have to understand that, yo, we all belong to groups and so forth. Now definitely I'm not trying to present a type of narrative that group identity is the most important, because I'm an individualist at the end of the day. But the point is that our groups and so group group identity is definitely important, and group identity dictates what a lot of us do and so forth. So even if you get up, even the clothes that you put on, let's say you get up today and say, yo man, go out, and you put on a certain type of clothes, you're presenting a certain type of thing. Like, haven't you went to a certain place before and then you realize you're overdressed?
Yes, definitely.
Why
Yeah.
you just never cared? And I said, me no business with
You're
them
a
people
woman
here,
that
say.
haven't.
I mean, at that point, would
You
you
just
even
never,
care though?
what?
That's a
I
separate. That's an
mean,
aside. But like, you already did it. Like, dress and all these things. It's like,
No, 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 no.
yeah.
The only reason why I not
Yeah, but I
change
see
because
what
it's
you're saying. I get
inconvenient
what
for you to
you're
leave and come back. Because it's inconvenient to leave and come back. That's why I not change.
saying. All right, I have a
see what you
question,
mean.
guys.
Go ahead.
So, what factors do you think affect our self image? What are some of the things that might affect our self image?
Some of the things. I think social media has a lot to do with it as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
Social
social
also
media
media
just
plays
like
definitely
a
the
has a
big
lot.
role.
context that, like, the society that you live in particular, because our self-image in Jamaica it is completely different from any other country or whatever.
It can
Yeah.
also be your peers,
Oh,
people that you have around you, people in your circle, can
yeah, definitely.
affect your self image.
And you
I,
Yeah, yeah,
yourself.
that's true. Because I have a lot of uptown friends as somebody who lives in like St. Thomas, and I don't like my poor and I like my come from the rural areas, but it's still such
East
a
Side.
different experience. Yeah, it's like I remember the first time I started going to what we call town school. That's what would I describe like a school
That
that's
is
not in
true.
St. Thomas. Yeah, well, that's a town school. So I remember when I started going to town school and I met all these different people from just it was just a huge culture shock. And that kind of pushed me to be better or to do better for myself or to want better for myself as opposed to the people that were in my previous environment where
True, true.
the mentality was just different. So I would say like your community and definitely your friends, yeah, impact your self image for sure.
Also,
I
your
know, but
environment. Right.
oh, sorry, that we really got to bring up St. Thomas. Let me just say this. With all the people who are listening, maybe I don't butcher so, but I just like to say this. St. Thomas is not all bush. Let me tell you that right now.
Yeah, thank
I'm
you.
tired of niggas talking to me and say, yo, like, how much goat you have? Goat?
Oh my
What?
god. Oh my
Goat?
bro.
When I forgot
And then
show
them
me that
ask
side
me if
that
me have to
St. Thomas
cross
because
the
a
river
bush
for
alone
come
me know you see
school.
me.
Cross rivers?
It's
What?
ridiculous. And
You be
then
When,
you
surprised
know
the
what
type
chat
of
them?
houses where you see in St. Thomas.
yeah,
You be
man, when I forgot show me that
surprised.
part there. When I forgot show me that part there, because a beer bush me know I'm going to
No,
St.
we
Thomas,
have
you
some
see
of
me.
the best houses, especially in Albion. We have some of the best houses. But
Bro,
Harry, you know one thing we always shock them when we say St. Thomas not have stoplight or we don't have fast food restaurants. We only have like Mothers and Juicy and
When you
Tasty.
get KFC, what there?
It's
no, but it
bro.
makes sense that we don't have it. Well, me here we'll get one, but it makes sense that we don't have it because you have to understand that we're not urbanized.
Yeah.
So there'll be no
Yeah.
sense for it to be there. Like our traffic is not as bad as Kingston, even though them one bag of road
Yeah,
work
for
there.
real.
I mean the traffic
Exactly.
Yeah.
atrocious.
Yeah, that's
But
what I
bro,
always
it makes
explain.
no sense that we have it too. And let me tell you something. Kingston, how can some people for this me up? I someone not living in zinc. I don't want this beer.
Ah,
Anyways, I don't know who here living in zinc house and board fence.
Obviously,
Board
I've
house.
never went to the ghetto before.
Oh,
Like,
no, I'm
I
saying who
don't
in here, not
understand.
the
Kingston. I said in
Rhodanite.
here.
I can't understand it. I can't understand.
And then we can
Well,
walk
it's
the
just
Rhodanite.
that means it's just a very crazy thing and so forth.
I
Like
know, I
even
don't know if the young young one lick me down. I know. I feel like, wow.
like niggas be like
Oh,
I
another thing.
I'm like
Oh, sorry.
I'm no I'm sorry. Say what you're saying.
Oh, yeah. I was just gonna say another thing, but if you have something else to add, it makes sense that you go first.
No, bro. Please say it. You know me. I'm a feminist.
Oh,
Women first.
okay. So I, all right. So I actually googled this question. I googled questions about self image and what affects your self image, and some of the answers were your thoughts and perceptions, which is such a huge thing because sometimes it can be our
Yeah.
own worst critic, and that's how like illness issues arrive and stuff like that. So that's a huge one.
That's what she said.
Another one was illness, disability, or injury, which I never really considered. I think being like a able-bodied person is such a huge privilege, and yeah, if you're disabled, people kind of it's hard to find a partner and stuff like that. So yeah.
Then start from
I think we
finance.
should stop. Look, bro. I think we should stop throwing around this privilege thing as well. Also,
Why?
should stop throwing around that privilege thing, bro. Then what we
Why?
are gonna do? What? Like everybody looking for this victimhood nowadays. Everybody, bro.
I
Chill.
mean,
Like,
yes, but also
chill.
no, because there. What do you? I mean, what else do you want to use to define the concept? There are things that, as in, like the same disabled example, things that able-bodied people can do and them take for granted that disabled people can do.
Look,
I
no,
don't
like
necessarily
as I said at
like.
the
I
end of
get what you're saying about the victimization, but what else do you want to call it? Benefits
no,
then?
no, I'm not gonna call it benefits as like pre like I think people get lost in the sauce when it comes to this whole thing about privilege and victim and so forth and the 1% and so I'm an individualist at the end of the day and I'm not saying that the world is far from perfect. But I don't think the world will ever be perfect. Like we have been trying to strive for this perfect utopia and solve all the world issues. As we solve one issue, 20 more pop up and so forth. So I think the earnest is on all of us. Say, yo, take our strengths, work on our weaknesses and so forth, and try to propel ourselves forward. And everybody just will walking around and try to pour this thing, victim. Oh man, go through this, man. Especially in American media, it's just so pervasive. It's just ridiculous to a point. Like it's crazy.
I mean, but you can't
Like,
really
and
knock the individual struggle though, because like if you rich and no, if me rich and you poor, and right now me I go through I don't know a divorce and you I don't know poor because I don't know that you're gonna be depressed because you're poor, but at the same time I'm gonna be depressed because I'm getting a divorce. It's still painful to me.
Yeah, it's
no,
like
I'm
So
you
I'm
can't
not
invalidate
yeah,
other
I don't
people's
know. I don't
struggle.
know how.
I'm not
Yeah,
invalidating a person's struggle, but I think that we think that everybody should care about my struggle. That's the problem. You alone, people not gonna care about your struggle. It's you to pull yourself up and move forward. I think that's the real issue.
yeah,
Like, bro, like
okay.
white women are talking about them oppressed. White women,
No,
what?
that's true.
White women.
I
The
know,
white woman
right?
them and them beside the white man and beat the black man and women. But
Fact.
you're talking about we're not talking about you niggas wild it. And bro, please. Bro, and I'm not even here to bash white women because I'm sure they go through them stuff
I
as
am.
well. I'm not getting into that. All I'm saying is, yo, we all have to move forward. Because at the end of the day, I
Yeah,
just don't get it.
definitely. But what if you don't
I
have
don't,
legs? So you literally can't physically move forward.
all right, push your wheelchair forward, bro.
I'm sorry, that
You
was
gotta,
Hell.
you gotta
um
move, bro. You gotta move. You
But you
have to
said
move.
You said that is not nobody not going to care about your struggle and it's up to you alone. I get that, but also
Uh,
don't you think certain
man,
struggles require
man,
not necessarily require, but certain struggles uh, uh, uh I guess would benefit from or certain struggles like in a social context because yeah, individualist, but if everybody was an individualist then there would be no
we
world. So
we
don't you think
are
certain
all
problems
individualists.
I mean clearly COVID already showed us that nobody cares about anybody else.
Of
But
course.
but I
Yeah.
feel like certain problems impact society as a
Look,
whole.
look. All right, pretty. Let,
Definitely,
I believe
definitely.
that we as people we can only care about only a few things. We can't care about everything. We can't care about it. Bro, we must take up
I
everybody's
know what
struggle
you mean.
and
But
care
not
about
for
everybody's
everybody's
struggle.
struggle.
I know
We
what you
can't
mean,
care
but
about
here's the thing: like, if some people not care, I don't know how to explain what in my brain right now.
Like
Never
we get,
mind.
it's not everybody's struggle, but there's certain struggles for the greater good. like if somebody
definitely,
they cross
def,
the road and don't
Yeah,
have
and
no
I
feet
think
and them stuck in the middle of the
definite,
road, nobody gonna help them, or because we're
me
definitely,
all
not me I
individualists, we just
say
like go
like
around them. Like
definitely. I definitely understand what you're
mm,
saying, right? I definitely, and that's what the government is for, actually, to ensure that these people get help and so forth,
The
right?
government care
Definitely.
about you.
I can't believe you
That's
just
a
said
whole
that.
different. That's a whole. I'm saying that is the point of the government. That's what the government
Oh,
should be.
yeah.
Oh,
oh, government
Andrew
And
said
here.
side,
all
Andrew
right,
here,
technical
man.
difficulties, guys.
government said keep my name out your mouth.
FBI man is
Honorable
definitely
bro
in on
got
this one.
saying. But anyways, guys, until he gets back, and he's here. He's here. Okay, let me just add him back to the stream. Um, yeah, man, go through Muji before Andrew take away internet again. Are you here, Mister Harry?
Mr.
Oh
Cock.
yeah. Oh yeah. Hear me now? Hello.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah. Yeah. As I was saying. So yeah. So cocaine, right? The hell of a drug, man.
not the
Like
cocaine argument
I
again.
think it should definitely be legal, right? What?
Hello?
Hello?
Oh God,
Yo,
no.
Andrew, take it back. Take it back, Andrew.
What do you mean?
No, 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 like even on a statistical level, you see, if we decriminalize like hard drugs and so forth, it will definitely bring down drug use and so forth. You know that, right? Like, but
No. It would
no,
make
it's
it
fact.
No.
cheaper, actually. It
It's
would make
not
it cheaper, actually.
decriminalizing the drug, it's decriminalizing the people.
What?
If you do that, it would make it cheaper. To be
Ah,
honest,
Not even
Previous,
it
all
would
right.
make it
All right,
a whole
no,
lot
the
but
cheaper.
war on drugs in Mexico and so forth. You know the war on drug in Mexico, right? And you know how much money the whole drug industry produces and so forth. Like and the whole
Millions.
right, yeah. So you remember when they decriminalized marijuana, right? And they're like making it a thing now, and like people can like tap into that and make proper money from it and so forth and so if you did that with the other drugs and so forth, you could regulate it, you could teach people how to like use it better and so forth, because at the end of the day, even if you don't make legalize it, people are still going to be taking it. People are still going to be taking it.
But
I,
yes,
I,
cocaine is
but
such a detrimental a drug that has
exactly.
such detrimental effects.
Yeah.
There's no way you could possibly decriminalize that drug. There's absolutely
no,
no
Like
because
way,
it's the
I
bro.
get
stigma which
what
is
Like
you're
I
attached
get what you
around it.
mean because
it's not a stigma,
stop
it's
it. It's
not
no
even a
stigma. It's the
stigma, but
facts.
nigga,
It's the
you will die.
statistics.
Like, what are you
No, let me tell
talking
you
about?
something. Niggas die off weed as well.
Exactly.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Tell me how much
People
niggas
are
die
Because
from
never
weed.
weed is not
going to
used.
stop.
The thing about
People are
weed is,
never going to stop taking drugs. People are never going to stop taking
yeah.
drugs. Just
Which is
because you.
why you decriminalize one to them young man. Anyways, which is why the point is when you're decriminalizing things, you would decriminalize the person that does it. So you're not gonna put a drug addict in prison because they're addicted to drugs, but you can't decriminalize the drug. Why would you
What you
want
mean
them
you
to
have
buy cocaine
to
in a
decriminal?
pharmacy?
I don't think you're using
I
the word
think we're
decriminalize properly.
talking.
You have to you have to decriminalize the commodity. You have to decriminalize the commodity.
Yeah, yeah. That would just be counterproductive. But
Have you? No, trust me. Like, there's like studies on this. It's like 100% fact. But like, as I say, it's just the perception of what like these types of drugs are and so forth and so. It's just that and
That
so forth.
brings another question, not even in the context of drugs, but how things are perceived just because
thank
of
you.
stigma, not even them trying to do it. It's like
It
it's not intentional, but people. I'm talking about people in this context, but jumping off of the
Yes,
whole drug point. How people will like society as a whole will attach a certain stigma or a certain opinion to a person, even if they're not intentionally trying to produce that portray that personality or whatever.
definitely, definitely. That's a true thing. You can see it
true.
a lot
That's
in America, but down here you see it with colorism and so forth. But I
Yeah.
don't think colorism is as pervasive in Jamaica as it used to be. But it's definitely
Yeah,
still a
definitely.
thing here. But you know me, I'm team
yeah.
dark skin. So like I'm like me burn out for all light skin like people, especially light skinned men.
That
I believe
point
all
kind of
issues.
reminds me of. Oh, sorry.
No,
I
say
was
what you're
going to say
saying,
to you
bro,
that
Go
bro.
point
ahead,
kind
go
of
ahead.
Talk.
reminds me of homosexuality as because
That's
I don't know,
exactly
I'm
what
just
I
using
was
that as an
thinking.
example, but basically when
It
people
yeah, I know exactly what
perceive
you're
you
gonna
as a
say.
certain way because of a stereotype, it's
Yeah.
so damaging to the people
It's
who are
like
actually a member of said, stereotype. Yeah.
and not even that, but it's
Go
like
ahead,
in the
T.
context of men that like speak properly or men that might just be a bit more like energetic or I will say flamboyant, but I'm using it
Feminine.
loosely and it's like yeah,
I definitely know
then
what you're
Yeah.
saying.
naturally the stigma is always you're gay.
Bro,
But
hating
can
on
I ask
no
a question? Can I ask a question though?
And
Me?
And
for women too,
don't don't hold on, hold on.
because hold
Don't
on,
don't.
Mikey, let me just finish this
Shoot,
thought
shoot.
because later oh,
Nipples go off.
I'm 6'1". I'm a very not hear me?
Yeah,
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 you're
yeah.
you're 6'1".
You say you're
Uh,
6'1"? Okay. Love
yeah,
that
I'm
for
Play
you.
Kobe.
six
6'1".
basketball.
one. I'm a very tall woman. That's the average height for
Definitely.
women is
Yeah, man, my
five
favorite.
five.
My
So
favorite. Mm-hmm.
as a tall woman, we're always masculinized.
Enough
Like
short
I've
guys
been
shoot them shot
masculinized,
at you.
definitely.
Yeah, man.
But
Tree for
in high
climbing, bro.
school,
Best believe it.
yeah, it's weird because in high school, no boy never look at me because they were like, "Oh, me no want a girl with taller than me and if our foot bigger than me." And my parents thought I was gay because the boys at school would masculinize me to the point where I would wear like masculine clothes because I really thought I was a tomboy because that's how they treated me, right? And so my mom was like, there she go wearing the tam again, like you can't do your hair, you know what I mean? So I even questioned my sexuality because it was being pushed on me
Yeah,
so much. Women were
Mm.
even approaching me. I'm like, damn, I'm just dressing comfortably. I really don't really care about all of that. So it can be damaging to a woman's self-perception as well when it's kind of projected onto her that she's gay or that she's not feminine enough or something like that.
Definitely, and men and women as well. It's definitely a thing.
But
But like,
all right. Hold on. Let me get my point across because I have a question. I have a question.
Yeah, for sure.
How many? I don't fight me out for that one. Yeah, I'm just curious. No harm, no harm. But where have you seen a straight feminine man before?
insert
no,
judgment in here.
I'm telling you, no, no, no.
No, no,
I
I have a
understand what you
question.
must say, and no, like even me, out of ignorance, I have made that assumption as well, because I have like a friend, right, and the brother like he does tilt towards the flamboyant, right, but he's bro, the man not gay, the nigga not gay. I'm gonna know this brother for
But
You,
how
years,
do you
right?
know? How do
how
you
do you
know?
know?
Well, I'm gonna have to take his word for it. Even saying again, I'm see with a girlfriend and so. Look, we have to
Yeah,
take
but
Here,
people
there's a
word.
lot of hold
Look
on.
here, look no.
There's a lot of down low guys that take up
yeah,
girlfriends.
I
But say
definitely
Just so
that's
understand.
it
okay.
goes back to image. It goes back to image. Like they'll
Yeah.
get girlfriends, and so.
so
to
that they come
cover
off
up.
looking
it
in,
and they
looking
hide it.
No,
outward,
I,
Yeah.
looking
I,
outward, people be like, yo, this guy is straight, so we have a pre him away and
Yeah.
on the
I
low
look.
him a doing things. Isn't me?
I definitely understand what you're saying, right? I
And
definitely
that's the
get what
thing.
you're
What I
saying.
was the point I was making earlier about it being damaging because these men are now breaking these women's heart. You can't imagine. Tin, imagine you have a good man, right?
Married
Then
for
you
years
find
with
out.
Tiffany. Oh my god.
This my chip would have just lick out
Only
everything.
thing
No,
you're
Would have
sorry,
just
bro.
fall out.
I've been there.
I'm
It's so
glad to see you
Know
bring
damaging
that
that.
video?
because if
You
You
know,
guys know
homosexuality
that
was
video?
more accepted, then they wouldn't feel the need to just hide behind
Yeah.
women
no,
or
no,
go on these apps,
no,
these dangerous apps where you meet
Mm-hmm.
up with strangers. And that's why them
we're
always say
really
some
glad
stuff.
to
But I
say
gotta
that.
say that. So yeah.
More asking a question, but I'm just gonna say one thing before me asking the females a question, right? Um, First of all, hating a homosexual is a very dumb thing to me. Like even being homophobic is very dumb to me because, like, bro, and like, let me tell you something. I am not homophobic, but I am not homophobic because like I like gay people or so forth. I'm not homophobic because I don't care, bro.
It
So
doesn't
like,
have anything to do with you.
exactly. So
Yeah.
see a brother and hate the brother because the way we do in a room. That's
That's
yo,
It,
that's
do-
a
it
disgusting
doesn't
that's
concern you.
wild. That's wild to hate
because
a person you don't even know. You don't even know the nigga. Even niggas
But
I hate.
But have you heard there's I don't remember, I think it was Twitter. There's this whole idea that the reason why like I'm gonna say Jamaica in particular is homophobic
Mm-hmm.
is because as with everything else ever in life, is because it traces back to slavery.
Slavery. Yeah, I know the
Yeah.
buck
Slavery.
breaking thing. Definitely, I've heard
Yeah.
of that as well. But
yeah,
as I said, we have to
for
move
sure.
away from such type of thinking. I know it's gonna be hard and so forth, but we need to like move away
Yeah, for
from that stuff.
sure.
But I want to ask the females this question: like, would you be with a guy who is bisexual?
No.
I would.
Why?
I would.
Why?
I no,
Why?
I just can't no.
Why is
Why?
that? Isn't that homophobic?
I
Yes,
mean
How do
Harry.
you
outright
marry a
no.
woman
No, I have a theory
and then the
It's
that
not
man bend
women
over?
are more homophobic. I have a theory that women are more
I
homophobic than
know exactly
males.
what you're talking about, Harry. I know exactly and you're so right.
Who no more
Oh man, you're
homophobic than
so
we?
right.
true.
Because
It's
You're
let's
just
see,
for
so
men, it's
right.
just a bit more brawling with it.
yeah,
No, but
Yeah.
we know enough
Yeah,
how to.
no, the
hold on,
thing is
hold on,
they're
no, Tin. May I
violent.
go
They're
back to you?
violent.
Tin.
Yeah.
Let me go back to
Huh?
you. Why wouldn't you date a bisexual man? No,
Because
like
I
to be real.
just dog the way my brain set up, I can't. I just can't. It's like to be
Oh
honest, I
yeah, I
don't
got
even
to think
want to
about
deal with.
it.
Yeah, and it's like, dog, am I not enough? Like, why do you
No,
see
no,
me
no,
than
no, 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 no,
somebody
no,
else?
no.
It's the
No,
same. No, I'm
pretty
gonna
stuff.
say because it's the same thing. I think with obviously with a straight man, come deal with a straight man right now. But like, I just cannot. Like, I don't.
Is it
For
this a
me, I
serious
don't.
relationship or
Huh?
'cause, you just
Ignore him,
stay there with a
ignore him.
straight man? So
Anyways,
as if it's serious
but
or
we're not gonna talk about that. But
tomorrow
in
Valentine's Day, so
anyways, we're not talking about that right now. But for me and the way my mind set up,
Why you in her
we
for
talk
like
business?
after.
anytime I'm talking to somebody, they're not straight, they're not gay, they're not bi, they're nothing, they're just interested in me, whatever gender I am. Like there's just no interest elsewhere. To me, in my mind, that's exactly how I have to function because my chip will lick and I'm a madman.
So
All
it's
right.
it's more down to preference for you.
I mean,
But
everybody preferences the preference argument it's for me preference don't make no sense because your preference might always come off homophobic, it might always come off racist. It's like, oh, if Harry did like light skinned women alone, it would come off colored or racist anyways. But
No, it
I do though.
depends. It depends. It depends though.
I don't. I was
I
gonna
It
make
think
some
there's
depends.
joke,
a
but it was
Hold
gonna
psychology
be.
on.
behind that though.
Hold on. There is a
Like
psychology
there's some
behind it,
kind
but
of
it
psychology
depends.
behind
Like
why
if
women.
you
Yeah.
oh, oh you were saying? Oh no,
she's
you can go
explaining the
ahead.
Sorry.
psychology.
No,
You
I
can
was
you
just
can go
saying
ahead.
I
Go ahead.
think the women wouldn't date by men because they're like, oh shit, but like I'm already competing with other women, but I don't want to have to compete with men too.
But meds this stuff,
I think
please.
that's I don't know.
But
Is that
meds
you
this,
know?
right? If you're not because you're bisexual means you're disloyal, If the person is with you, they're
Yeah, we
with you
get that.
alone.
Yeah,
So
that's why
all
I
of this
said
is
I would date
rooted
someone who's
in
like
homosexuality. You get what I'm saying?
exactly,
And
exactly.
I know countless males who would be with a girl who is bisexual.
I mean, that is
Exactly.
but I guess that different. But this is an aside again. The way people perceive, for example, bisexual women or lesbians in general is completely different from the way they perceive men or gay
Facts,
men.
facts, facts.
It's like
Yeah,
it's the
because
same thing
nobody
in
likes
Jamaica.
to
If
think
you see a
about being
lesbian,
outside.
it's whatever. Nobody's gonna pay attention to them. Nobody cares. It's like go about your business. And for a lot of times in Jamaica, in particular, if a woman says she's a lesbian, a man will actually find it interesting and endearing and want to pursue her more because, like, oh,
So
like
why
for
don't
example,
you
them
view it
find it
as
hotter
that?
than
I
fine.
don't think they
Huh?
find it interesting. I think they just it's just this threesome fantasy.
Yeah, but it's like, oh, I want to see her kiss another woman or whatever. Versus if
Yeah.
you in Jamaica, the whole men being gay thing is completely different from women.
So what you're
Yo,
saying is that males are more progressive.
yo, I have a question. This kind of
Progressive
dives
or on a
back.
think with one head over the other.
Yo, hold
What what
on.
what what is that?
But the thing is
What
like,
is that?
I just
I have a
realized so
serious question.
like cuz
So
women, here's the thing, women actually like oh sorry, go ahead, Mikey.
no, I had a serious question because it goes back to the whole self-image thing, whole image. It's a question I have asked many people. Many people have brought it towards a conversation. The whole, you know how girls, lesbians, right? They they're just very masculine. You have some of them what dress masculine. I think
Stud.
you call them studs. Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but like, why is that though?
Exactly. Dog. I don't want to start this argument because, to be honest, a lot of the things I say might come off homophobic, but it's
Yeah,
not. But it's like,
offensive. Yeah.
I
Because I
don't.
have thought about that too. I swear.
Yeah.
I think it's
And
like
it's
I don't want to
like,
offend anybody, but I definitely think it's something more to do with like trauma, especially because all right, if you look at a lot of
yeah.
these females who are butchies and what them I want to call them stud,
Studs
yeah,
and dykes
Mm.
they
and whatever
a lot
it
of
is.
them have estranged relationships with their fathers.
Or some other male in their life.
90% of them.
Hmm.
Yeah. But it's
Yeah,
not,
and
I
it's like a
don't
childhood trauma thing where
understand
you
the
like
logic.
Like, it's not to say that I judge them or have anything against them. It's just I don't get the ideology behind it.
Yeah.
You know?
I think for a lot of them, like they take on that
So
masculine
you guys
role
should
because they
intervene.
either saw like their mother getting abused by men and they were like, "Oh hell no, I'm not gonna go through that," or they didn't have a father, so they're like, "I have to take on that role. I have to, become the breadwinner," and
Yeah.
it brings on this sort of masculine energy around them, to where they just start, embodying that masculine energy in every aspect, including the sexual aspect. So I think there's definitely like a trauma that people don't really want to acknowledge. And I get it because nobody wants to feel like their sexual preference is because of their
Of
father
trauma.
or
Yeah.
their
Yeah.
trauma. Nobody wants to really
Yeah. Here
feel that
come the
way.
woke people talking about you're reducing my sexuality to my trauma.
But yo, why is it always a thug though? I've never
Because
seen
it's this
one say I
exaggerated,
want to
that's
be
what
an
I'm talking about.
outstanding young man.
I
Part of
swear
it is
it's this
also
trauma thing because it's like it's the same thing I was talking about the masculine energy. You want to embody it so
yeah.
much that you go to the extreme of it. Like why you have to go to the extreme of the masculine or you
Yeah, and
can't
part
go
of
to
it is
like
the whole toxic masculinity in the
yeah,
context that you'll never be considered a man or quote unquote a manly man if you don't
yeah,
have this bag of thuggish behavior and you
for
behave like
real.
you don't have no freaking sense sometimes. Hate
Yeah.
y'all.
And that's why like even men, the gay men, they'll be feminine too because of that trauma I was talking about. I'm not saying that all of them have trauma. I'm just saying like it's just this extreme embodiment of the sexuality
Yeah.
of your the opposite sex.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I
I
definitely
don't know.
get
That's
what
my
you're saying.
conclusion. Yeah.
Well, this is a bit off topic. We can ask a question.
Go on, go ahead.
So,
Shoot.
like, you don't know when like guys fly out a girl, right? Like the guy
Period.
expect.
Period.
All right.
Period.
All right. Yeah, all
Can't
right.
relate.
Slow your roll, right? So let's say the guy fly out the girl, right? And the guy with so is the guy obligated to sex?
No.
All right. So suppose the girl fly out the guy, is she obligated to sex?
No.
No,
Hmm.
No.
If you don't have money to waste without expecting anything else, then
like
don't do it.
una for make the intentions clear.
Exactly.
You see me?
Yeah.
If you know, like, let's be honest here, a guy most times, 9 out of 10 times, if a guy is going to do something for a woman, Zane, not to say you don't have genuine people out there, but like if me spend a bag of money for come see you, or you spend a bag of money for come see me, or me go pay for your flight for come all the way at my ends, you see me? Me go make my intentions clear.
Definitely.
Yeah,
It's
but the
not
thing
going to
is
be
that if,
all
if make your
friends. Me
intentions
not do
clear
that
from
for
the
flirting,
jump,
bro.
dog.
All right. But we're
Like a
glad
lot
so
of
now
times
say
people
all
will go and
these.
Yeah.
hide them intentions, and it's like in your mind you just want fuck, but you're making
So
it seem like, oh, we can just chill. Like, dog, you know damn well that's not what you wanted to do.
all right. So we're glad so now say all these things. No, this got to is a two-part question, you know. We're glad so now say that.
Mm.
So now I have been in situations, where I have turned down vagina, and I was thoroughly dissed by the
Good for
girl.
you.
And I sort of so
Oh yeah,
and I
Brother,
called
same
gay
story
and
from
so forth
last
and
week,
so.
bro.
No, 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 it's not the same story. Me turned down that was a different something because of STD and so I'm afraid of them something there. That's why we
hello.
turned it down.
Irrelevant, isn't it?
She didn't belong to the streets and anytime
Yikes.
vagina easy, you have to watch why this vagina so easy? You have to admit them something there. The devil work
I don't
hard,
know. I'm not making excuses for women who are like that, but I
No,
think it's because, like, as a woman, it's hard for men to reject you. I don't want to say that, but it's
exactly.
harder. Yeah. So we're not
Women
really used
do
to it.
not handle rejection well, bro.
Some
It's
Yeah.
similar to it's the same. Some are. The thing is,
majority.
I'm not even going to say is not handling rejection, but again, it's the same. Well, part of it is the same stigma thing. It's like, mm, when you rarely ever see a man that is not willing to get crutches. It's like getting a man to have sex with you is probably one of the top three easiest things to ever do. So it's weird when a man doesn't do it because it's like, why are
Factual.
you doing
Mm.
that?
So then now,
Yeah,
on
me
the
start
turn around and
questioning
bash
myself.
men.
Yeah.
So on the turn around and bash men when men all they want are sex. When you know that is men nature.
Don't, don't.
If I don't, we're having a conversation. I'm just trying to understand.
Bro, I am a
What,
man hater. Are you sure you're going into the man argument with me?
let me tell you
No, the
something.
thing
Let me
is,
tell you
sorry.
something.
The
You
thing
look at
about
this
that point,
podcast
sorry.
too. You love more talk with one man hater. You don't like more talk with
The
one
thing
another.
about that point, sorry, una na bother with it.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. This hate for
Like,
man. No,
but the
please
thing is,
explain this hate
una
for man.
can't use that as an excuse for be
No,
sexually
obviously I'm being
aggressive.
facetious. I'm being facetious,
The
obviously.
issue is not that
I'm
you're
being facetious.
sexual. Oh, okay, okay.
You should definitely control it. That's not what I'm saying. But but I feel like some women are just hating on man for just for follow a trend. I don't think a lot of
Facts,
women don't really hate for man,
facts,
right? Some of them just say it for the trend, right? Because the
I
actions
Like,
don't
feel
even,
no woman hates
like
unless them
some of
gay and
them,
they're one of those. Yeah. Cause
yeah,
we'll
them the
facts.
the
post
the
only just
feminists,
go
the new
after
age
post. I said
feminists.
to not go after post. Cause the girl them when them don't post about many trash, them run Ghana them man
Them still,
yard. So
exactly.
Facts,
Good,
facts,
good.
facts. Like
But
Tin.
he there with a girl who stays so.
Mikey, keep your don't know what me, please.
Wait. What didn't you just say? I hate man.
Yes, I hate every man except my man and my father. No, I'm joking. Obviously, I'm exaggerating, but there are a lot of
same
things
though.
about men and patriarchy. It's for the most part when well, depending on the woman you talk to, because there are women that will say I hate men just to be like, you know, hate like just
Yeah,
following
hurtful.
the trend. But then there are women that will say, oh, they hate men in the context of, patriarchy, and it's based on patriarchy
Misogyny.
and toxic
You know,
masculinity and all of
let me say this. Pre, like, we just want to go down this road just for a little bit, right? Uh,
Oh
there's
no.
negative parts of the patriarchy, right? And there's definitely negative toxic masculinity and so forth, right? But I just want to hear the parts of the patriarchy and so that you don't like.
I'd have to go dig up example and like it's one of those things, it's one of those topics that for me to be honest, it's not something that sit on my head so I can't tell it off my head. But if you start talking about certain things, then I'll remember. But
Mhm.
like to be honest, that's why a lot of times
I
people
can
that
give
say
you
they hate men
examples.
also hold on. Hold on. A lot of time when people like women say they hate men, they're gonna claim that they're feminists. But I will tell you from now I'm not a feminist in that context because for a good bit of it, I subscribe to gender roles and certain ideals that feminism doesn't condone. It's like I just don't like a lot of things
Yeah.
men do.
Like what?
It's like on a push feminism to the point where now I have to go to school and get a job. Like you know how I would love to be a housewife right now, and all I have to do is mind my house. Like now I have to
Wow.
struggle myself.
Wait,
Accountability.
wait, wait, wait.
You don't want it.
I never
Jesus
asked to go to
Christ.
school. It's because Mary Jane from
You
1600 couldn't
hear
go to
this?
We
school.
disagree.
You hear this?
Obviously, this is a privilege argument because if I couldn't go to work, then that would be different. I'm just saying.
Why you
Yo, but
If
the thing
just
is,
starting
back
up
then,
thing?
back then
Me not
when
think
you
gonna
would
Why you
have to
just
be a
understand the
starting
housewife.
up?
wildness. I
Hold
wish
on,
you
hold
just
This
on,
stay
not
a while
good,
ago, you
right?
know.
let me bring this back
I
now.
don't know, support
Because remember back in the day, when you were a housewife, you never really have much rights, my G.
that. Exactly, that's what I'm
Like
saying. It's a
if your
privilege
husband come home,
argument.
hold on, if your husband come home, back in the 60s and say, yo, the dinner there. Say, oh
I thought
honey,
that's when him want him
say
cutting him after getting
And
cocky.
and
Here
and you
we
know
are.
the worst part of it though,
But
that was mostly happening with white women, not really with black men and black men and black women. Cause
black
I
woman
want you
also
to
get
remember
beat
that
there.
during that
Yeah,
time
because we were
period,
slaves. What the hell? We never
yeah,
that worry
during
about
that
what
time.
the husband and
So
worry.
yeah, so that really hurts me as well. That a lot of black women like
A white
like
woman make feminism,
adopt
you know?
this hatred for black men and like yo, we weren't doing those stuff. Who would know say it was
Yeah.
the white niggas
how
who
do
were
you
doing
know
this?
that? But obviously, what I'm saying is
Actually,
genuinely coming from a place of
actually,
privilege because obviously, I still benefit from feminism in the context of like with the example of being able to go to school and get a job on your own and not be independent. I benefit from that because fuck all y'all like couldn't get them off the do. But at the same time, the good thing is that at least I like if you're subscribing to feminism, what it was originally intended to do in the context of providing equal rights so that women had the choice to go to school or had the choice to be a housewife, as opposed to being just you have to be a housewife and that's it, you don't have no choice. In my
Yeah,
opinion, that is what feminism was intended to be.
yeah,
I don't
definitely.
subscribe to the idea of modern day feminism where
Material
you're a
girl.
woman. I mean, period. But you're a woman, you have to have your own job, career driven. Like, I don't subscribe to
Yeah,
that. There are women
definitely.
that just want to be housewives and just want
yeah,
to mind them
Cause
picking
like
and all
that's
I've
that.
seen feminists
for
like
real.
bash women who chose like a more traditional role. I mean, I say,
Yeah,
yo, isn't the
that's what
point
I
to give
don't
them a
subscribe
choice?
to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely an interesting thing as well. So, but I always say, yo, the burden always fall on us males. We have to
So I say
take
that.
control. We
Oh,
men
give
need to stop work. Get the woman them the forefront. So
examples.
say me I go stay
Real
home.
We're
facts,
often
facts.
Me I
blamed.
go stay home. You know,
Take care of the
me want
kids.
be
Me not even say nothing
definitely,
yet.
definitely, definitely. And we're gonna see
But
how
Right.
yeah,
we're gonna see who get the raw end of the deal. When you're just home taking care of kids, or you're at work or deal with one boss who hate you. We're gonna see where really are going. But
Mm.
you know, as me say, Valentine's Day come up. You know, me I want me gift, not just vagina. You know them way there.
but yeah, I want to bring this back on a very current topic. Have you guys heard about the Tinder, Tinder swindler? Yo, big up
I
that
heard it,
Yo,
kid.
but I haven't
yo,
watched it.
Big up
Maria
that
the
kid.
brother there. Maria
Yeah,
the brother.
Maria
That
Kid.
brother is a
Maria
teen.
Kid.
No,
Bro, it
Maria the
goes
brother
back
there.
wait,
to
what
image. It
happened?
goes back to image.
I
Okay,
don't hear
so
about that.
this
The man that
guy,
did nothing wrong. The man did
he did
nothing wrong.
nothing wrong.
Women
He's
be
doing
doing
what
that.
women are doing. women do be doing that. So just to catch nipples up to speed, there was this guy, European. I think he's European. Is he European?
Yeah,
I think
European one.
European or European man.
How much
He
Europe
was
better go out,
using
man?
yeah man. He was using dating sites to get women to take out loans for him. So what he'd
Yeah.
do, he'd
Yeah.
take those women's money, fly out other women, give them this perception that he was this rich billionaire son. I think it was that rich billionaire
Yeah, I
son.
think
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
something like that. And then after a couple of months, he texts them like, "Yo, my enemies are after me. Send me some money." Like honestly, this is why I say
Brother,
image
no do
is not
nothing
always
wrong.
that important because like people can give you a fake perception of who they actually are. So you see me like big
So,
up him. He was on his material boy shit.
you know,
Material boy.
you know, say a social
City Boys
media
up
make
one.
this happen though. Of course, but you
Bro,
know, a
he got
social
10
media make
million.
this happen too.
Definitely.
You know, no, me
10
just say
million.
what's up. Like, yo, women need to stop believe that yo, there's like this perfect man out there and so forth, bro. And that's why my trick there, cause he present himself as the perfect man, and
Fly
then
them
just
out.
Yeah,
condemn.
but if the
There's
perfect man
no
wasn't out there, he wouldn't have anybody to act like.
No, 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 no. The perfect man was constructed by females for what they
True,
want. Because there's no
true,
perfect man. There's no
true.
perfect man out there.
I
That
mean,
is
there's
not
no
true.
perfect
That with
person.
Uno man, Uno love blame woman for everything. That's not true, Harry.
You're
The
there.
No,
perfect
no,
man
no,
was
no, no.
created by
Not me.
men who were
Not
trying to attract women. Uno see what
no,
attract
no,
women. Uno
no,
see
no, no,
someone
no,
want for
no.
girl
I
do
actually
something.
blame
I use
men
Uno
for a lot
money.
of things. I blame men for a lot of things actually. I like men should be bashing women when them state what them want in a manner and so forth. It's either you're gonna play the dating game or you're gonna step out of the ring. Because like you have to understand when women you have to understand like it's more risky for a woman in this dating game due to the fact that she can get pregnant, that will directly affect her work and also a lot of things,
Right
and so
this
there's a
stuff.
lot of things which I blame men for and so forth. But the thing with women now, them don't want to take accountability for them side of it, because men do shit in them and women do shit too. So my whole thing is say, yo, why we not call out both sides, right? And like,
Yeah, yeah.
but you get me I
Equality,
say?
isn't me?
That's true.
Definitely. And plus, even the
That's
equality,
true.
equality to an extent is kind of overrated, because at the end of the day, a lot
It's
of
It
us,
never
really is.
equal, to be fair.
yeah, and nobody
It's
wants
never
it to be
equal.
truly equal. Nobody wants it to be truly equal, even we're being very honest.
That's true.
Because at the end of the day, me want to put my girl on a pedestal. What she gonna tell me? Oh,
Period.
but of
And
course,
an
she,
Not me
example
she
though.
I have of that, Harry,
no,
to
Not
add
me
to
the,
what
though.
you were saying, especially what Tin was saying earlier about feminism, which I don't subscribe to, and like the patriarchy. One way, I think it's not that black and white because women is just
Oh,
Nipples, you're breaking up, poo.
oh
you're
Jano nipples.
battling over child support in court or something. The woman almost always win custody. Almost always. Even if the father have a job, even if he's a good father, the woman almost always wins. And
yeah,
that's just an
definitely,
example of how like women have the upper hand. But it's just not that black and white. I think we all have our issues, and it's just for the individual to do them self reflection and see how them can better themselves. And if you don't want to date a dusty, don't date a dusty and move on.
definitely. And definitely, and I will always say, yo, women, be picky, because like you have to understand, say, like women, like they do give a lot when they, especially if they go into like a serious relationship. You definitely do give a lot. I don't even want to come across as a simp, because I'm definitely not one of them simp people, right? But definitely,
Very
definitely not.
convincing.
Nah, we need the simps, to be fair.
No, 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 no. Me tell girl, shut up on a regular. It's ridiculous.
Sure.
I be calling these bitches, man. But yeah,
All
well,
right,
definitely,
guys. All right,
you
guys.
know,
We've already passed the hour mark. I think this is where we start winding down. We can start giving our final thoughts, and then we'll just close out. Starting with Harry, since you were already talking. Go through Munji.
man, like bring cocaine back, man. Like Coca-Cola used to put cocaine in their recipe. I
No.
think they need to bring back that. definitely, I definitely support the use of cocaine, and yeah, definitely, man. Like, I think cocaine is sexy. As a matter of fact,
Oh,
like
brother.
me would have want one girl like. Let me ask you a question. Like, wouldn't you want one guy
Oh
sniff
no.
cocaine off your coochie?
Anyways,
Wouldn't
What?
you want?
Right.
guys. We at the General Podcast do not subscribe to his ideals. Anyways, moving on. Nipples.
What?
Oh wait, what was the question? Final thoughts, right?
Final thoughts, yes, and the whole
Final
image
thoughts.
being important. Yeah.
Yeah, image being important. Final thoughts on image being important. So image is, I think it's definitely important, especially for in terms of your career. I don't think it's that black and white. I think you can be authentic to yourself and still know that there's a time and a place for everything. And I mean, if you don't like your image, you can always change it, but just be careful with that. And I don't know, I feel like there's so many things we didn't really touch on this topic. I really wish more people were here, but I just let go. Like, for example, plastic surgery and the damages of that, but so many women seem to be flocking to it, not knowing how
The
serious that is,
BBLs.
all
Yeah,
because,
man, the
right,
Yeah.
BBLs.
all because of this image thing. And I think it can be really damaging, but at the same time, just have sense and just know when to interchange and not take yourself so serious.
Yo, Mr. Harry, easy with that one, G.
Harry, you can't answer the house phone.
What you hear
Yeah, man.
something?
Yes, we are beeping soon. Anyways, all right. Tin. Final thoughts.
Um, the image is important, but for me, the central point is as long as you're happy with your image, and the people around you are. And I mean, I'm not gonna say happy with the image, but as long as you place their opinion about your image above anybody else, it doesn't matter. Because if somebody has no bearing on your life, then it really just doesn't matter as long as you're happy with your image.
All right, all right. My final thoughts. I don't think image is that important. As you were saying, it depends on you know the whole. It depends. It depends. It depends on what we're talking about in regards to image. But for me, I don't really care because is it Tinder swindler? So you see what he did with his image.
That nigga is a real nigga, man. That's a real nigga.
That nigga's a OG. That nigga's a real one.
Bro, we rate the band so much.
Rate him, bro. Rate him, bro. King shit. But anyways, guys, don't be fooled by the perception that people give you, especially through social media. Um,
Yep,
I
yep.
only think image matters when it comes to the working world, the corporate world.
For
That's if
real.
you're into that. So, anyways,
True.
thanks for coming out tonight, guys. The look three viewers and what would they get since night? Big up on yourself. It's usually more than that, but hopefully we'll have more people next week. If you want more content and you want to leave any more questions or concerns, inquiries, whatever, you can link us at Jano Podcast on Instagram, Twitter. You can even leave some comments on the YouTube page. So thank you for coming out and hopefully we see you again next week.
big up
Bye.
the big up the girl that with Valentine's Day gift for bleed.
Oh my god.
Oh shit! Hey, lock off the live. Lock off this.